People that should never have a driver's license driving a big rig on American roads, endangering American people, shameful.
Hey everyone, it's me, Ronan, and today we're covering one of the biggest and most shocking stories to hit the trucking industry in 2026. For years, rumors have been circulating about fake CDL schools, sham training programs, and states issuing commercial driver's licenses to people who never should have qualified. Well, now we have confirmation. Officials are revealing that tens of thousands of CDLs were illegally issued, and some states may have been involved far deeper than anyone thought. This isn't just a paperwork issue. It impacts road safety, freight capacity, insurance rates, and trust in the entire licensing system. Let's break it down, what's happening, who's involved, and what it means for the future of the trucking industry.
There have been states that have issued commercial driver's license to foreigners, and they've gone through sham schools, and they're not safe on American roadways.
According to recent testimony, several U.S. states have been issuing CDLs to foreign nationals through sham trucking schools. These weren't real schools, they were diploma mills. They charged people money, skipped the training, and handed out certifications that led straight to CDLs. As a result, unqualified drivers ended up behind the wheel of 80,000-pound commercial vehicles traveling across American highways.
And so, in partnership with Secretary No, we have driven those numbers down. We've got California, Gavin Newsom, to revoke 17,000 unlawfully issued licenses. We've closed down half of the fake schools that give out these fake licenses, all critically important. Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota gave 33% of these licenses unlawfully. People that should never have a driver's license driving a big rig on American roads, endangering American people, shameful.
Officials confirmed that California had revoked 17,000 unlawfully issued CDLs. Half of the fake schools identified were already shut down. Minnesota reportedly issued 33% of its licenses unlawfully. This means tens of thousands of drivers were on the road with licenses they never should have received. Carriers unknowingly hired them, insurance companies covered them, and every other driver had to share the road with them. This is a failure at multiple levels: training, testing, licensing, and oversight. So how did it happen? To understand how this went on for so long, you need to see how the CDL system works. Each state controls testings and licensing issuance, not the FMCSA, and that opens the door for inconsistency. Some states have strict oversight, digital tracking, and certified training centers. Others have loopholes that bad actors can exploit. And here's how the scam worked. Number one, fraudulent schools recruited students, often foreign nationals. They promised guaranteed CDLs with minimal efforts. Students pay thousands of dollars in cash. The school fabricates training documents. The DMV issued a CDL based on paperwork, not real training. Multiply this by dozens of schools and thousands of applicants, and the result is a pipeline of unqualified drivers entering the system. This went unnoticed for years because states weren't sharing data, and federal checks were limited. So what is the impact of this? Well, let's talk about why this matters. Number one, safety risks. Truck driving requires real skill: backing, shifting, mountain driving, weight distributions. None of this is optional. An untrained driver can cause catastrophic accidents, especially with an 80,000-pound truck. Carrier liabilities. Fleets may have hired drivers believing their CDLs were valid, and now they can face lawsuits if those drivers were ever involved in a crash. Insurance consequences. I mean, what has happened to our insurance over the last 5 years? Is this the cause of it? Insurance companies are already reacting. Higher premiums, stricter driver verifications, more audits, because if one out of every 10 CDLs in some states is questionable, the risk is skyrocketing. Number four, we're going to talk about the impact on legitimate immigrant drivers. This is a sensitive point. Most immigrant drivers go through proper training and make up a huge portion of the industry's workforce. But scandals like this risks creating unfair stereotypes, even though the problem is with the schools, not the drivers themselves. Number five, operational disruptions. If thousands of CDLs get revoked, some fleets may lose a portion of their workforce overnight. So what does this mean for the future of trucking in 2026? Well, the scandal is already forcing major changes across our industry. Expect tougher CDL verifications, which is a good thing. I mean, if carriers are not already doing a road test before hiring drivers, a lot of the stuff you could pick up in the road test. Now carriers will need to double check training school legitimacy, test history, past revocations, state licensing records, hiring will become slower and more stricter, which might be a really good thing for our industry. States may lose authority. There's growing pressure for the FMCSA to take more control or at least standardize the CDL process nationwide. A federal digital CDL system is now on the table, something that could track training, testing, issuance, and renewals with far more accuracy. Driver shortages may temporarily spike, with 17,000 CDLs revoked in California alone and thousands more possible in other states. The labor pool could shrink. But this might be a good thing for trucking companies. Less capacity is going to be tighter markets, potentially rise in freight rates. School accreditation will get tighter. Fake schools are going to get exposed. Legitimate schools will now face higher standards, more audits, and federal oversights. So here's the real question. If California and Minnesota had these issues, how many other states will be next? The scandal is far from over. The impact on safety hiring, insurance, and freight rates will be felt throughout 2026. Now, if you're a legit driver that got their license the way you need to be, this is gonna be a walk in the park for you. It actually might be a lot better for you out there. And if you're an owner-operator, you better believe that those freight rates are gonna start going up slowly. Now, if you want more updates like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel and drop a comment with your thoughts. This one is going to shake our industry.